I wanted to give you a brief introduction to what's been going on. I was house sitting for a week, so the videos that you're going to see today is about a week, 2 weeks old, but they were still filming while I was gone, so should be a lot of content to come out. Hopefully I can catch up on editing, but just wanted to tell you that, so we'll just get into the video right now.
Okay. So the rush is on now. Checking the weather forecast. It's getting close to tapping time. It looks like in the long term we're going to have the right combination of above freezing highs and below freezing lows to get a pretty good sap run. So now we're in a mad dash to get all the lines strung, the new lines put up, all before we tap here in a few days. So usually here in southeast Missouri, we try to tap trees somewhere around the first part of January. I try to have all the lines strung by January 1st, so we can tap as soon as the weather cooperates right after that. And we need mainline supplies yet. Where are the mainline supplies? Did we not bring them back? Oh, mainline supplies. We got it.
That bucket I just put in there?
Yeah, that bucket you just put in there.
Oh.
What about the other supplies, the taps, the other bucket? Did that make it out here, or is it still on the porch? Hurry, man, hurry. Time's a wasting. They're in a bucket. Only bucket in there. I may have brought them out. I don't know. I don't think I did.
Found it.
Well, why didn't you bring it? Did he really need to report to me that he found the bucket? Why didn't he bring the bucket? And let the visual of me seeing the bucket tell me that he found the bucket. All right. What else do we need? Cutter, all the extra fittings, tubing. We should be good to go.
Do we have drops?
We have drops.
We do?
Oh, not the new drops.
I don't see enough to do what we were doing. I only see about 15, 20 here.
Drops. We need drops. Get a bundle of drops. Some of you didn't label these.
Wondered who that was.
All right, well this one had blue, so we'll hope that's it. Now, where's the string to anchor this? It's right here. Because this one's the one that goes.
Well, that's all it's can have.
This one goes this way. Oh no. Alright, find me the. Okay, let's go to this tree first.
Is that tree?
No, that's right. And then that one right there. We have all our lines marked so we know where they go year after year with little dots. You can barely see that one. That's an old red one. We've scouted out 3 new lines. Not really new, we're replacing lines. And we've scouted out 3. One goes up and we'll hit that tree and work up that way. Another one's gonna hit this tree and work up there. And we'll just do the same thing. I think 4 or 5 new lines are gonna go up through here. And get some of these bigger maples that are down here at the base. here we have them putting in drops. We have strung the lines so they're nice and tight now. And what he does is we have our homemade tool. It's a 2 vice grips, a
Trap setting tool.
trap setting tool, like he said. And then
2 threaded connectors.
threaded connectors. And it works really good. We've said for the past, really since we made the tool a couple years ago, that we need to put rubber on the handles, but we never tend to do it.
And it hurts.
Yeah.
But you can see kind of in there, we drilled out the threads for part of those threaded connectors, and that gives the fitting room to expand in the tubing as you're pushing it together. But regardless of the fact, it's pretty difficult with that dry tubing and the dry fittings, because that rubber and the plastic, they grip. So it takes quite a bit of force to put those together. It does make it a little bit easier if it's wet outside. A little bit of mist and drizzle like it was yesterday.
One down. About 50 more to go.
And I always try to put the part that holds the tubing, that little cup right there, I always try to put that to the outside of the tree. It just makes cleanup easier, so at the end of the year when you're done, those go right in there.
We've just finished doing the east woods. Today's the big day. We're getting ready to tap. We have to get, I think he wants about 50 to 100 gallons of water in there. He already has it right under 50 gallons. You can kind of see it there. To flush out the main line. And I don't know what Dad's doing, but he's been going before I have, well, before light. I just saw him go into the garage. So here we go. Got anything to say?
What?
Got anything to say?
Not really. We're pretty much ready to go. Need the boiling water so we can switch out the lines to flush. Oh, we need to make sure this pump runs.
Oh yeah.
Get the 2-cycle gas.
2-cycle gas.
This pump has given us many good seasons. If I can get it latched on. If you drain the fuel and run it dry after the end of each season, which it looks like I didn't do, it usually starts right up. Hold on.
What are you
I need to
thinking?
dump this out. It was premium fuel, and I think I ran it in the middle of the summer anyway. We're gonna hope for the best. Otherwise, I may need to take the carb apart and spray some carb cleaner in it.
Which
I
is an
need
extra
water.
30 minutes of work we didn't want to do.
Water. I need water. I need a bucket.
Oh, that right there.
Like clean water.
Well,
All right.
Can't you get it?
Look up the hose for me.
Oh, which hose? Yeah, this hose.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's gonna spray all over me.
We will prime the pump. It'll prime better if I put the plug in the bottom. There we go.
Don't you need to put
choke
in water?
Full throttle. We can.
You might want to move the nozzle so they don't spray you.
Always a critic.
That's not good. Ooh, there she went.
That little Tanaka pump is awesome. I wish they still made those.
How many seasons will that be?
Probably about season 12. And I'd say it's pumped an average of about 10,000 gallons of sap and had hundreds, if not thousands of starts each season. So every year we try to improve and do things better, find a more efficient way to do things. And this year I'm trying to find a more efficient way to flush the lines. And right now, which this isn't working as good as I thought it would, trying to heat up the hose so I can remove the fitting, because I want to put this fitting on here because this will attach to the 3/4 inch line in the woods so we can flush those lines. Oh. Aha! Little bit of heat expands those, and it usually works pretty good now. I'm not going to clamp these. They don't have to be super tight, because if there's a little bit of a leak while we're working, it's not a big deal, because we're just flushing the lines here. Not that I want to get wet when it's 32 degrees outside.
It's 33.
Good enough. All right, so we are ready to head to the woods. And now we're going to just slowly pump water through this, and it's going to go out the ends and kind of flush and sanitize this line.
I'm gonna head down to the end and watch. So theoretically, it'll come shooting out that hole right there. So I'll move you guys.
Get it on you, please, or ruin your flow.
Oh, there it comes.
Slug of nasties.
A little bit. Definitely brown. Now I can smell the bleach.
All the junk out.
I think so. Yeah. And that's it. Now we have 4 more lines to do that too. So we're going to get to it. Unlike what we were planning to do, our back flush of the lines made it to about right there. And we needed to go all the way over there. So we're gonna have to go back and get more water now. We weren't planning this, so that's another 15, 20 minutes out of our day. Everything's going quite like we don't want it to go so far. Smooth, but we're losing time.
So, how far did it go?
I'll show you. So here we're back to finish flushing out the lines. We have recruited 2 more victims to help tap. We're gonna start back here, get all these woods tapped, and then move south. So he's getting that set back up. I'm gonna head back up here to where we last saw water coming out the line. And here it comes. Yep, there we go. Now the next one's that one. And now that one up there. That one right there. Sorry for the jump. There was a ditch. That one. And then we have this one right here. That is, it's right there. Going around. Here you go, we have it set up. This was the tank that was on the tractor that we hauled our water out here. We have it set up. We took the valves, or the adapters off and put a cap on it. And then put the main line in, wired the main line to the tote, and has it going in there. So we also like to have a little bit of wire around the tote, because right here it floods, and occasionally you'll try to move the tank, but he tightened the line down with these. Okay. What we have going on here is our tapping crew. We have the tapper with a deadly drill. And then we have the tap. With the 3/16, you got to have a tool to put them in the line. You can't just slip them on. So we got the tapper with the line viper. And then we have the alcohol. He's not drinking it. He's just dipping the lines in it to sterilize it.
But I don't have to do these lines because we just strung them and they're new.
Yeah,
Alcohol.
The new lines will skip alcoholing because they're pretty clean. The old ones we like to sterilize, which are the ones over there. So here we have our first, we're gonna put on our first tap of the year. I don't think we've tapped this tree, so he's just putting it in wherever he wants to. And I'm not sure, but you might have been able to hear that, the sound change, to know that it's seated good. And then there's the next 150 trees.
Here you can see some of the old tap wounds. That one's well healed up. Looks like this right here is last year's tap wound, and it hasn't completely closed up, but it will by next year. And here's the year before. And you could continue around the tree finding the previous year's tap wounds. Those typically heal up within the first year, almost always by year 2. But the way I do this is I just look for the previous year's tap wound, and we have that one right here. And I just continue moving clockwise around the tree to a point where there is, well, what I would call fresh real estate. In other words, we need to be at least about 4 horizontal inches, and I try to go about 12 vertical inches from the previous year's tap. There's no exact set rule for that, but the reason you do that though is so once you tap a tree and it heals, there is an area, kind of an oval shaped area, where the sapwood becomes inactivated and it no longer will transmit sap. Now the tree will still continue growing there. That cambium layer still grows. As you can see, the tree heals, but it doesn't effectively transmit sap until it gets another 1.5 or 2 inches of tree sapwood on top of that. So from here, I'm just gonna look around. Right about here, it looks like there's no recent tap wound. So we'll pick that as our drilling spot. Tap that on in.
Here we have the first barrel of the backwoods. This is lateral 1. There's 4 laterals going all the way back there. You probably can't, there you can kind of see it. Dad's tapping to the east, and we recruited some help. I'm gonna try to get these done today. I just wanted to give you an update. We got the backwoods done. We are working on the new sugar bush. All the lines are ran. We're just gonna go through, put drops in. There should be a video of that coming out here shortly. I'm not sure when. We got other stuff we gotta do besides editing sometimes, but that's it for this video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. See you on the next one.